The most Colorado thing we saw today came out of the state's budget briefing. I'll quote, "Less tourism means lower marijuana sales." You think? Left side of the graph is counties that had lower pot sales in April, or counties that rely on tourism. Denver, Eagle, Pickens, Summit. The color on the right, lighter, is where more people are buying marijuana these days. Suburban counties, Adams and Arapahoe up top. This is just some of what the COVID-19 pandemic has done to our state's finances. Marshall Zellinger takes a closer look.
I'm not going to lie, budget meetings are boring. I mean, look at this chart, and this one, and this one. Well, actually, this one's easy to follow. Just look at the size of the bars, not the colors. The bar on the far left shows money the state spent or saved in 2018 and 19. It drops suddenly this year because of COVID-19 cuts from March until now. It drops even more for the budget year starting in July. And then in 1 year, after cutting more than $3 billion, the state is projected to have almost half of that back, which is good news received as not so good news.
Grateful for the additional resources. We're still $1.5 billion short.
We were able to close this gap, at least 50% of it, because we had the federal help, which we might not have next year. And so things are pretty rough unless we get more federal assistance.
Federal assistance is what has helped our personal income. This chart on the left shows our income levels drop in March when stay-at-home orders went into effect, and then rose in April when stimulus checks and extra federal unemployment payments started. At the same time, our personal savings grew almost 200%. Since we were at home and didn't have anywhere to spend our money. The belief is that we'll eventually spend that savings boosting economic growth, which we'll need since the federal assistance will soon start to go away.
In the last 2 days, I've covered the economy and science. There's a reason I went to school for journalism. There's still a clear divide at the Capitol about how taxpayer dollars are being spent. The legislature, the JBC, handles the budget and it gets approved by the governor. But right now, the governor is spending federal tax dollars through executive order for federal relief of COVID-19 without input from the legislature. And a 7-year veteran of the JBC, Republican Senator Bob Rankin, likened it to a family planning a budget, and then one of the parents starts spending on a credit card outside of what was planned in advance.
Oh, yeah, Dad's betting on the ponies. Yep, I've heard about that kind of thing. So I understand this is a very serious story, Marshall, but viewer feedback is serious as well. We received viewer feedback this week from a woman who would like you to wear the Elton John glasses that are on the shelf behind you in one of your live reports sometime when the subject matter allows.
They don't fit around my ears. I'll work on separating it a little bit.
That's right. Work on it. The viewers must get what the viewers want. Thank you, Marshall.